planes, ships, people disappearing. What rubbish, eh? This is a series where I tell you a story, its subsequent theories and explanations, and then I'll let you make up your mind. This time we go into another one of the classics, an area of water where allegedly many ships and planes disappeared over the decades. The Bermuda Triangle. The Bermuda Triangle, affectionately referred to as the Devil's Triangle, is a loosely defined area of water in the North Atlantic Ocean, roughly between the Florida Peninsula, Puerto Rico and the mid-Atlantic island of Bermuda. It covers about 1.29 million square kilometers or 500,000 square miles. The earliest allegations of unusual disappearances were published in an article in the Miami Herald by Edward Van Winkle Jones. When Christopher Columbus, him again, mermaids, UFOs, now this, you didn't discover America first, man, deal with it! Anyway, when he sailed through the region on his first voyage to the New World, he saw a great flame crash into the sea, and strange lights appeared in the sky several weeks later. Yeah, probably a meteor, or the aliens again. Many famous cases like Flight 19 and the USS Cyclops disappearances have hit the headlines in the past. But in this first video on the subject, we will focus on the general phenomena. Get ready for this one, because this is gonna feel like a roller coaster ride. So let's for once get the boring ones out of the way first. It simply does not exist. A lot of theorists have stated that because of the vast stretch of water encompassing the Bermuda Triangle, the disappearances are on par with everywhere else in the world. Some even state that there are less occurrences than in other heavily trafficked regions. Even Lloyd's Maritime Information Services in London show no extra attention, and maritime insurance authorities say it carries no greater risk. Statistics. What a buzzkill. It's human error. We make a lot of them, and even the most seasoned and well-trained pilots and ship's crews are no exception. A momentary lapse in concentration or a stubbornness to follow orders can spell disaster in these cases. And in official inquiries, this is the most stated explanation. Yeah, it's all your fault, matey! Pirates have been active in the seas for as long as there is maritime traffic. And though decreased in later years, it is still considered a possibility. Thieves and smugglers are known to have sunk ships in order to enjoy the loot without the burden of hostages. They would have kept the women though. Well, I know I would have. Compass reading anomalies due to electromagnetic aberrations. On Earth exist a number of places where a compass will not point north. Of course, a compass points at the magnetic north, so it will move when traveling across Earth. At either magnetic pole, the needle will spin, and at the actual north and south, it will point incorrectly. Compass readings in the Bermuda Triangle have been reported to be erratic, and the aberrations do not cease immediately when crossing any of its borders. Thus, the ships and planes go down in places where they're not expected, and are subsequently not found. It's a natural EMP! Many disappearances revolve around the Gulf Stream, a major ocean current running from the Gulf of Mexico into the North Atlantic through the Florida Straits. Achieving speeds of 2.5 meters or 8 feet per second, debris and wreckage could be easily pulled kilometers or miles away from its reported position in minutes. Some of the deepest trenches lie beneath these waters, some as deep as 8.5 kilometers or 28,000 feet, in which anything can disappear. Rogue waves and heavy weather. Enormous waves suddenly appearing, created out of a dozen others and slamming into ships were once considered a drunken sailor's tale, but are now known to exist. They are very capable of flipping over tankers. Also, bizarre weather phenomena like downward air drafts sucking planes from the skies, or hurricanes have been theorized to cause disappearances. Yeah, tourists should stop splashing in the oceans. Methane gas deposits is another natural phenomena put forward as a possible cause, more properly called methane clatrates. The methane hydrate deposit is basically methane gas trapped in a natural lattice structure of crystallized water similar to ice. They can possess enormous energy depending on their size, and one such eruption was the cause of the Deepwater Horizon disaster, destroying the entire oil rig. It's very plausible that these eruptions could cause rapid sinking of ships, though many agree that the deposits found in the Bermuda Triangle hold no great risks for ships. A giant fort! Who would have known? Positive. Gravitational mascon. Mascon being short for mass concentration of, in this case, gravity. Yeah, we're slowly emerging into the more crazy theories. However, these mascons do exist. Until the 70s, it was believed only in massive celestial bodies, but today we know better. Astronauts from the 60s reported noticeable dips in orbits of satellites coinciding with the moon's seas, like the Sea of Tranquility, as well as large impact craters. It was later discovered that in every single inch of every single celestial body exists both positive and negative mascons, and that though it is very possible that they exist in the Bermuda Triangle, the question is whether they're powerful enough to cause damage. Something's pulling. Conspiracy theorists have some of the greatest explanations that sometimes even sound very sane. One of those theories is time warp portals exist. They are essentially rips in the space-time continuum where ships and planes travel through and find themselves at the same locations, but in different times in the past or in the future. Or even in another dimension. There exists some mathematical proof for these natural wormholes, originating from Einstein's relativity theory. The Einstein-Rosen bridge is an equation for this phenomenon. However, no solution can be found at the other side of the equality mark. Thus, this theory can neither be proven nor disproven. Sliders. The submerged island of Atlantis. For a more elaborate description of Atlantis and its theories, I refer you to my video The Lost Continent of Atlantis. Suffice to say here that this theory stems from the belief that Plato's Atlantis existed somewhere in the Atlantic and that possibly some technology survived from this highly advanced civilization wreaking havoc on our planes and ships. I wonder what Plato would have said about this. And last, but certainly not least, it's the aliens! Whether for scientific study or just for sports, the aliens on occasion abduct whole ships or fleet of planes, crews and all. Whenever talking about UFOs or aliens, anything seems to go. The film Close Encounters of the Third Kind referred to this theory as in the end the pilots of Flight 19 exited the UFO. Well, I just said the previous was the last explanation, didn't I? Yeah, I lied. There is one other explanation we have to consider. In the waters of the Bermuda Triangle, supposed to live the largest animal in the history of the Earth. It jumps up and swallows ships and planes whole. Yes, probably anemic and it needs the iron! It's very likely that there is no single theory that solves all the mysteries of the Bermuda Triangle. In fact, one skeptic put it this way: trying to find a common cause for every Bermuda Triangle disappearance is no more logical than trying to find a common cause for every car accident in Arizona. And yet, here we are. But in the end, you decide. Did you like the video? Click the like button. Leave comments or start a discussion in the comment box. If you want to see more, you can subscribe to my channel. I have a vlog channel, so if you want to get bored, why don't you check it out? And you can follow me on social media. All links in the description. See you next time!